So this video is to show you how you can set up a certification checklists for your reconciliations or even for your tasks as well. I'll do an example here using a reconciliation, but you can use the same logic and the same task or the same steps to set these up for tasks as well. So this is an example of a certification checklist right here. So just so you can see, I'm looking at a reconciliation in my demonstration environment, and then at the bottom here you can see we have these different checkboxes with different verbiage for each checkbox right here. And you kind of have two options when you're using these checklists. One is that the system won't let the preparer certify the reconciliation until at least one of them is checked off first. Once I added a check mark to the box, then the certify button here became enabled. Okay, but there is another option, I'll show it to you at the end, where you don't need the preparer to actually check mark a box in order for the certify button to be enabled. All right, so let's take a look at how we can set these up. Change my role back to System Administrator. And you're going to want to go to the certification checklist configurations. Now, out of the box, you'll already see a couple of different templates right here, and you'll see that different checklists were created for different types of reconciliation. So we have one checklist for bank recs, another for intercompany reconciliations, and so on and so on. So let's just take a look at an example here. I'll open up what the bank reconciliation checklist looks like. So you can click on the edit pencil right here. And these 7 lines, essentially you're seeing 7 lines or 7 records here. These are the 7 lines that will show up on the reconciliations when we're using this specific checklist. So you'll see the 7 lines along with 7 boxes to check off when we're using this specific checklist. Just so you can see here, if I wanted to add an 8th line, I would just click on the add new question. Okay, and then I can type in my verbiage right here. Okay, and then click the little check mark to save it. And now any reconciliations that's using this checklist would see an 8th record right here. Also notice that you could assign point values as well. So let's say there was a step that was more important than another. Maybe then you might want to assign more points to it, to that more important step. So people know that it's a more important step and they should take it into account. All right, if I wanted to update my points over here, you can see this is the box over here where I can update it. But I just wanted to show you this as an example here, so I'm going to delete that line. Okay, and the last step in all of this is on each of your reconciliations, you need to tell the system which checklist to use. So again, if I go back to my list here, you see I have all these different checklists to use. Just as an example here, just keep this in mind. We have one here for bank reconciliation. So let me show you how you can assign that to a specific rec. I'm going to go to the account screen right here. I'm going to go into the configuration screen for my reconciliation. And then you'll notice over here, this is the section where we can assign a specific checklist template. So if I come over here to my preparer screen, let's say I want my preparer to see that specific checklist that I set up before, I'm going to scroll to the top. You can see here's the bank reconciliation checklist. And so I'll add that right here and I'll hit save. And now every time that the preparer comes into this specific reconciliation, they'll see those seven specific questions or checkboxes that I showed you in the prior screen. Now, the last thing that I'll show is, I mentioned before, where the system can require someone to check mark a box before they'll let the preparer actually certify it, or you can make it optional. So I just wanted to show you where that setting is. Okay, I'm in my application settings screen, and you'll see this option right here. Checklist requires user to check one item or input a comment. If I were to uncheck this option, now the preparer would not be required to check mark one of those boxes on the reconciliation before the system would allow them to certify it.